Guava Juice's former 200 million view months have declined by over 90%, with many of the—
Well, I feel like 20 million views is still really good. Like, I mean, 20 million views a month, that's great.
These recent views coming from shorts, as his long-form content gains roughly 100,000 views a video. What on earth happened? Let's travel back to his absolute peak. Okay. January 2017, 249 million views. Why was he so successful at this point in time? By then, Guava Juice had already been on YouTube for over 11 years, during which it became apparent that he was incredibly talented at latching onto trends and had built an intuition for what was popular on YouTube at any one time. For example, his 2007 music video parodies were similar to what—
bro, like, remember whenever everybody used to have that hair? Like, I had that hair too. Holy fuck. Like, Eric had that hair. He's bald now. I had that hair. Like, so many of my friends did.
Should become successful with, and by 2016 he was still competing with other top-tier gaming YouTubers like Vanoss. Unfortunately, this also meant that Guava hadn't really carved out a specific lane for his channel, which is a necessity for long-term YouTube growth. Well, arguably. You can get reasonable views by joining a genre and making a contribution. However, explosive growth usually comes from pioneering a brand new or underperforming genre, as Guava Juice would come to discover in—
I think that a lot of times, like, you can get a ton of views just by doing something really well. Like, as long as there's a large audience for it, just doing one thing really well is all it takes. But in general, yeah, like, creating your own genre of content is going to be obviously the largest because there's no market cap on it. Sure.
In 2016, after uploading a video simply titled Orbeez Bath Challenge. Now, there was no denying that this video was targeted toward children. However, it still had many different elements of relatability, leading the video towards success. For example, anybody could access Orbeez. Most people have a bathtub in their house.
Bro, can they access that many of them? Like, who's gonna go be like, Mom, I need you to buy a bathtub's worth of Orbeez?
Pose this question of, well, what would be the outcome of this experiment if you did it for yourself? This made the video extremely enticing to click on, and once watching, Guava Juice then validated the audience by providing the exact outcome that everybody had clicked on the video for. A bathtub filled to the brim with Orbeez, which when combined with a cameo from Spider-Man, made for the perfect viral video. Each of Guava's bathtub uploads followed this similar premise of what would happen if you did this in your own house. There was always an element of—
I love how they do this and then, like, he's like, oh my god, it's foaming over, let me go put the fucking Tupperware thing like right in front of this so, you know, it doesn't leak anywhere. Like, he actually moved it over in that direction. Oh my god. His Oobleck Bath Challenge even provided a guide for how to make the liquid, and it posed the question of, well, is he going to get stuck when it finally dries at the end of the video? His Lego Bath Challenge posed the question of, will he get hurt? While his Diet Coke and Mentos Bath Challenge implied that the Coke might fizz everywhere. Each episode was only 3 or 4 minutes long, so why not click and see— It's stupid content for 12-year-olds. It's great. This is fucking great. Because if I was in middle school, I would watch every single fucking one of these. Absolutely. If I was 10, dude, I would want to do this myself.
The potential outcome. The short nature of the videos also meant that they didn't waste the audience's time and were optimized for watch time percentage. And while this goes against the classic trope of longer videos equals more watch time equals better performance, this has been disproven by people like David Dobrik, who have shown that 10 4-minute videos can be better for retention in comparison to one 40-minute video in its full entirety. Regardless, Guava Juice's videos were doing so well that even his water bath challenge cracked 5 million views.
Out of all the bath challenges I've done, I'm surprised I never tried water.
Leading him to experiment with other types of content, in which he'd reveal another simple yet key success component. He was actually excited to make each video. Despite being in his mid-20s...
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be funny to do something like that. Sure, it's... Why not? Yeah, it's funny, sure. I mean, it's stupid, but like, yeah, all right.
You could tell that Guava Juice loved every piece of content, from making gummy pizzas to building a house out of red cups. This gave the videos a unique, enjoyable flavor, as it was obvious that he was happy to be there, which accompanied his cliche yet ideal philosophy of wanting to improve the content every single day.
As long as you consistently make an effort to do better every single day, things will definitely get better every single day.
However, Guava's explosion was also assisted by timing, as viral videos required significantly less time and effort back in 2017. Take for example this video titled "Do Not Jump on the Trampoline Ball Pit at 3 AM, in which the time is shown at the start of the video 3:06, as well as at the end of the video 3:29, meaning this entire episode took only 23 minutes to film. They were basically...
Yeah, it's crazy how much effort and time they put into, the 3 AM videos. Oh my god. Like, when was that trend? It was like 2018 or something like that? Oh, wow. And it's like, remember the guy who's like, he said his girlfriend died and she didn't die, but then he made a video using a Ouija board trying to talk to her, but she wasn't dead. Like, oh my fucking god, man. Yeah, it happened. J-Station, there it is.
No props, no script, and the whole thing was shot in one take, meaning the video took only a couple of hours to complete after editing, and it's now received over 20 million views.
That's a lot.
To achieve that same kind of performance on any long-form video today requires at least 1 week's work, as well as maybe a team, maybe a budget, and even then pulling anything close to that number requires a perfect storm. Back then, however, Guava Juice was doing millions of views on every single video, almost all of which needed minimal planning and could have been completed in under a day. In the process, Guava Juice kept up with every trend from Fortnite to TikTok reactions until he'd dip his feet into a brand new video type that would take his channel to a whole new level, his 10 Things You Shouldn't Do series. In the beginning, it wasn't...
bro, absolutely. Like, what is this? Delivering a bomb to a plane? Like, what? Like, yeah, absolutely. This is 100% content for kids. Yep.
Even supposed to be a series. However, after 10 Things You Shouldn't Do in an Airplane gained a view count in the millions, Guava Juice doubled down with 10 Things You Shouldn't Do in the Movie Theater, 10 Things...
As an American, this hits different.
Things You Shouldn't Do at School, and 10 Things You Shouldn't Do on a Train, each of which performing incredibly well, and it's really no wonder why. The videos were comedic, relatable, and had a bunch of effort put into them. They usually had multiple people per skit, as well as a full set for every video, which made them extra unique, especially when combined with Guava Juice's absolutely insane style of comedy.
Don't be a food inspector!
Hello, my friend. How may I help you today?
Hello, I'm the food inspector. Could I have one of each food, please?
Sure thing. Follow me.
I love inspecting food.
Right this way, Mr. Food Inspector. You see, all the food should be right over there.
What is this?
You should have left Woody on the chance!
Master! Are you here to save me?
Now stay here for the rest of your life!
I am so glad that this didn't come out whenever we were younger, because if it did, Jeff would have made me watch this video 10 times in a row. I would have had to watch this video every day for probably a year. I remember what it was like.
Hey, Daddy, is that you? It's me, your son.
These videos went absolutely wild throughout 2020, often gaining well over 10 million views. However, in April 2021, seemingly overnight, something began to change on the Guava Juice channel. He went from gaining over 100,000 subscribers every single month to almost complete stagnation, while his videos were suddenly struggling to achieve more than 1 million views. Why the sudden drop? The decline seemed to begin with a video by Danny Gonzalez, posted only 2 weeks prior, titled "Guava Juice is Out of Control," in which Danny would critique the absolutely insane nature of every Guava Juice video in a fun and entertaining way.
It's just so hard to follow. It's like, is this even a story? Is there a plot to this? They're just like...
No, it's not. It's basically his videos, it seems like what they're like is they're like 8-second TikToks just put together into a 6-minute video or a 4-minute video. That's basically what it is.
Doing random things and crazy things are happening. He can't really subvert our expectations anymore because our expectation is just that something random is going to happen at all times.
The video received over 2 million views in less than a week, and while it acted as somewhat of a compliment, since Guava Juice was trying to make insane content, Danny's video would also act as a catalyst for the short-term retirement of the series. After uploading an episode on the 3rd of April, Guava Juice didn't post a 10 Things You Shouldn't Do episode until almost 3 months later on the 27th of June, after which it became obvious that the quality of the series had dropped off.
I think that really everybody, it's like the airplane one is just simply more compelling because of like 9/11 and shit. Like everybody's gonna watch that to see if he's gonna try to bring a bomb on the plane. Like, I mean, do I really have to say this? Come on.
Significantly. For example, Guava Juice's 10 Things You Shouldn't Do at Disneyland felt like it had been thrown together with no prior planning. There was no set, there were no characters, and the jokes felt random, but in a way that was more like, what the hell even is this anymore?
Don't feed the birds.
During the retirement of the series, Guava Juice had instead been uploading increasingly lazy content, such as Guava Juice ranks Guava Juice videos, as well as old repackaged...
I did that. Yeah, I did that. Sonny's gonna make a video about me soon. Remember whenever I did a tier list of all my tier lists?
compilations, such as Best of Guava Juice 24-hour livestream, both of which subtly implying that the glory days of the channel were coming to an end, as was also indicated by the thumbnails. During his peak, the thumbnails felt clean, straightforward, and were on par with YouTube's meta at the time. And while some of his 2021 thumbnails were definitely on the cutting edge, there were others that felt crowded, dated, or just straight up confusing. The channel seemed to have been struggling from a lack of effort and innovation. However, there was actually a good reason for this. In December 2021, Guava Juice announced that he'd instead been spending his time on a kids' TV series called The Guava Juice Show, which was about to release its very first episode on YouTube Originals. Guava displayed his confidence in the show by purchasing a billboard at LAX, and it was looking like this series could reignite the channel, although only in the beginning.
There's no way, because like the people that watch something like this, it's just not gonna, it's a TV show, it's very different.
The first 5 episodes performed reasonably well, averaging around 3 million views each. However, for whatever reason, the 6th episode gained only 150,000 views, with almost every episode afterwards following a similar trend. Guava and his team would produce a total of 13 episodes.
This is one of the problems that I think YouTubers that try to follow a trend of kids run into, is that every single content creator that targets kids as their audience eventually gets too old for the kids to be able to relate to them. And I think also kids like the new thing. They don't like the old thing. They don't want the old. That's the thing their older brother liked. That's the thing their dad liked. They want the new, cool, fresh thing. So you have the kids that are coming in and they want something new, not the guy that's been doing it for 8 years. And then the kids that have been watching it for 8 years, well, now they're taking on student loans. Okay, they don't want to see somebody filling up a bathtub with marbles. Bro, that costs a lot of money. That reminds them of the fact they can't afford that shit. So of course not. There are so many people, like, again, and it's not like he failed as a content creator. It's just that there is a life cycle to that type of content. And it's like this. And just because you're right here doesn't mean you weren't here. You did great. It's awesome. But people grow up and they move on. They want to see something new. It's like that guy, you know, the Blues Clues guy did it the right way. You know, everybody loved him. What was his fucking name? Oh, God, what was his fucking name? Steve. Steve. Everybody loved Steve. I remember watching Steve. I was a little kid. He was the best. And then Steve went to college because he was balding. And you know what he does now? He does stand-up comedy for other people that are 40. And people love him. You know why? It's because they got older.
Show, after which he'd upload a new video titled The End, in which Guava Juice was unusually upset, possibly as a partial result of the show's poor performance.
I've been doing Guava Juice for so long, I've missed my daughter's birthdays and friends' weddings.
Yeah, it's like, it's weird for like a fucking 8-year-old to be watching a guy who has a girl that's like the same age as, like, let's say his little sister, right? You know, his daughter could be 6 and the kid that's watching, that's the target audience is 8. It feels like Like, whenever you're a young kid, you want to watch people that are also young. Like, whenever you were a kid, right? You'd want to hang out with other people that were also kids. You wouldn't want to watch, like, oh, it's a bunch of fucking old people. Oh, shit. Who cares? Oh, God. Yeah, what are they going to talk about? Social Security again? Please.
And I feel like there
older
was just
kids?
no
Yeah, older
balance
kids, but
to
still kids.
who I am as a person.
Guava Juice didn't specify why he was feeling so down. However, he wasn't ready to give up just yet, as he then released a second season of the show, which once again performed to a mediocre standard.
Yeah, I mean, you can't... The thing is also with, like, kid audiences, you can never break character for a kid audience. You can never shatter the illusion that everything that they're seeing isn't completely real. Because they're just naive. They actually think that this is... They watch this guy fill up a bathtub of fucking Pepsi and Mentos, and they think that after that, he's gonna go jump on a trampoline and, you know, fucking throw whipped cream on him and his friends just because they're fucking dumb. But no, after that, they're done with the video, they go home, and he checks his analytics, you know, has a call with his accountant, you know, has to take his fiance out to dinner. She's upset because he hasn't been spending enough time with her. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same thing.
At a couple 100,000 views per episode, Guava might as well have just continued making standard videos, and this wasn't even the worst part. Whilst producing the show's 26 episodes, Guava Juice lost touch with the one skill that had always guaranteed success, an ability to keep up with trends and the current YouTube meta.
It's also like a lot of what this guy does is like sporadic, visceral, physical comedy. He's doing crazy shit. And you can't do that whenever it's a fucking animation. It's not the same.
Prior to making the Guava Juice show, he was averaging maybe 700,000 views on his normal YouTube uploads. However, after the second season came to an end only 7 months later, it was rare to see any of his videos achieve more than 200,000 views. It seemed that Guava Juice had fallen into the misconception that if he split his time between YouTube and a TV show, he'd achieve double the amount of success, yet the opposite happened and his performance was instead cut in half.
Yeah, of course.
On top of splitting his time between two different forms of media...
You never want to half-ass two things, you whole-ass one thing. Nobody wants somebody who's kind of good at something. They want somebody who's really good at something.
Guava Juice also had to worry about YouTube shorts, his in-store products, as well as a bloody NFT project, which has to be one of the dumbest things you can launch as a creator, because it's so obvious that you're just trying to siphon some quick cash from the audience.
This is in May of 2022, bro. Like, NFTs were fresh in, like, 2020. Like, if you were doing NFTs in 2020, you were selling crypto in 2019, those were the days, right? 2021, you were fresh. But, like, you have an NFT come out in 2022? What the fuck? Come on.
Guava Juice's new low was established in a recent video titled My Future, in which he speaks as though his career is pretty much over.
I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, I am very honored to be a part of your childhood.
His former excitement has transformed into boredom and complete apathy, as was highlighted during one of the videos.
Yeah, because he's fucking 30 now. Like, and this is so nice and so great that he made this video. And I bet there's so many people who used to watch him whenever they were a kid, and they see this, and it's so uplifting and fulfilling to them. It's great. But most people, like, the thing is that I remember I was showing a friend of mine, I think it was a couple of friends of mine, the video of Kai Cenat. They bought a mansion and they were shooting bottle rockets at each other inside of the mansion and like Roman candles. And I was like, bro, this is fucking badass. This is awesome. This is so cool. And then guess what? My friends are like, man, that's going to be hard to get off the wall. God, that's going to be a while to clean all that up. Holy. Man, that's going to mess up the resale value of that house a lot. Jeez. And it's like, bro, who gives a fuck? Just put a poster over it. Who cares? But like my friends grew up, you know, they're getting old, they're old, man. Like, what do you expect? Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. It sucks. But yeah, I mean, and so like you change, you get older. That's all it is to it. Responsibility, yeah. Kanye the one cleaning shit? Yeah, but like they don't know that. They're just seeing it.
Announcements.
With growing in mind, I just want to let you know for this channel, moving forward, I'm going back to my old roots, which is gaming. 2016, I made the channel because I wanted to create a gaming channel.
While Guava Juice gives off the vibe that he wants the videos to return to their former glory, it also seems like he's lacking the motivation and clear vision to get them there. And as a result, he's trying almost anything, including sympathy from the audience.
Good, keep trying. Keep trying. Because you know what? If at first you don't succeed, keep trying until you do. You hit it once. You did that, you got the YouTube thing. You already did it once. Figure it out. Keep doing new shit until it works. And if it never works, well, you tried. I mean, it is what it is, right? You still had a great career. You made millions of dollars. Oh, wow. What a shame. Yeah. I mean, fuck, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, like for me on my stream, right? Like, I've had multiple times where, like, things have gone up and things have gone down. And do you know what? You want to know why they go back up after they go down? Is because you stay in the fucking ring and you keep swinging. And you miss. And you miss. And you miss. But eventually you hit. It's just like gambling, guys. You just have to keep going.
Achieve an increase in viewership. However, this has only had the opposite effect, as most of his gaming videos struggle to achieve 100,000 views. Guava Juice has made it way too obvious that he doesn't have an interest in producing the content, and this lack of commitment shows.
Even if he did, I mean, he's fucking 30 now. Like, an 8-year-old's not gonna watch a guy that looks like he's 30. Like, I mean, guys, that's a fucking fact. Like, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Yeah, you had Mr. Rogers back in the day, but that was a totally... Mr. Rogers wasn't getting in a fucking... in a bathtub full of Pepsi with a string bikini of fucking breath mints on his nipples. He wasn't doing that. So it's a different dynamic.
Each and every...
No, that's what he did. Don't haul me on that. That's what he fucking did. Where is this shit? Where it at?
That the Coke might everywhere challenge implied
Look,
that the...
Bro, he literally did this shit. Damn.
Content, and this lack of commitment shows in each and every upload. The videos just feel a bit generic and aimless. A great YouTube video should be fresh and energizing, something that makes you want to click, just like the bathtub videos did during the channel's heyday. And while it's clear that Guava Juice is slowly rebuilding his intuition for what makes a great video, he's yet to return his skills back to a competitive level.
Well, you just got to keep trying, you got to keep swinging, you got to keep working, and you got to keep fighting. Because if you don't, you're done. Now, if you keep doing it, you might still be done. But you guaranteed are going to be done if you quit. And the thing is, like, that's okay. That's okay. And if it never gets back up that level, that's fine. I think it's okay, man. It's totally fine. Every Sunday video, same format. Well, I like the videos. You know, overall, I like talking about the kind of stuff. Like, I don't even really like what Sonny says. Like, yeah, I talk about it, and it's like, yeah, it's true or not. But like, I don't really like. I don't have a emotional reaction to like what he says. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, let's talk about this. Yeah, he's just presenting the information to react to. That's it. Yeah, I don't hate the dude. I like it whenever he has opinions I disagree with. It's more interesting. Yeah, like the Chris video. Remember that fucking Chris video? That shit went on forever. Like, that video I did watching this was like fucking an hour. I don't watch a video for an hour because I don't like it or I'm not entertained by it or interested in it. I watch it because I am. That's what it is. There aren't many YouTubers who stay at the top forever. No. I mean, like, PewDiePie effectively kind of just, like, retired, you know? You got Markiplier, definitely an OG. Jacksepticeye, I think pretty much an OG. Mr. Beast, obviously an OG. I'm sure that do a Chris. I watched it. KSI, yep, OG. I mean, fuck. I'll have to think of somebody. Yep, Moist, yep, OG, still doing amazing, absolutely. And so there are a lot of people that do well, and they've been doing well, and they always will. And as long as they make content, because they're interesting, and you know they try to do different stuff with what they promote. So it's not like it's impossible to do.